infield. The record of the infield lead. This should be a goodie. We got some lead foot to this one, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, ahead of the climb, featuring that winner, Brett Knable, to have 6 wins on the season on the Central Pennsylvania Bicycle Club. And leading one Marshall, a little bit of a green flag on the front bicycle baseball line. green flag waving. Green flag being displayed on the speedway by David Coburn, our first owner. you've raced micros, you've raced minis, a little bit of everything else. You seem to have found a home in the mini stocks.
Nah, I missed the micros. Haven't raced in a couple of years. I didn't do bad.
No, you were only the All-Star champion, and you raced in Ohio, you raced in New York, and you raced in Pennsylvania. I'd say you didn't do too bad.
Yeah. What I was thinking was, hopefully, I will get back in the micro. What has to do with where you start? Track like this, smooth as this was, nice as this was nice. Anybody could have won this. Well, Marshall, he just did a real fine job. I think I did a real fine job, so he's second behind.
I'll tell you what, I personally think the track maintenance crew here is a big is Brett Small Frog.
Running good tonight. It was really a tough up. I said to them guys before we went out, if they get beat tonight, they deserved it.
They deserved it. This is win number 7. If anyone would have told you at the beginning of the season you were going to grab off 7 wins, would you believe them this quick?
No. After the first couple of weeks, the way this car's been running, I sort of...
Okay, we'll have the purist offside. Hey, by the way, Brett. I guess I get to give this to you.
I sure appreciate that.
You had this sucker hooked up tonight, didn't you?
Yeah, it was about time. I'm tired of chasing number 64 around, so
You let Mr. Garlock chase you tonight.
that's the way that should be, every once in a while anyway.
5 lap dash cash. Caution flag is still. Okay, let's watch him. 5 lap dash cash. Stop position. Down Mr. Lane, he could have got him, but I had a shot at him. 5 laps going to the as the lead. So far, they won the championship. All the 4 is still down local. Running down the inside. Hemmelfinger puts the job on Garlock once again. Rodney says that he knows the same trying to stay inside on the track and make Hemmelfinger look for 5 times. All 24. flag, then our feature winner is right. So Darren Wetzel got the Australian pursuit win with Hasselbecker, our feature winner.
88 is Sam Kitzmiller out on the front end of this one. And 9 is Tim Mars in the number 2 spot. One lap in, it's going to be the 88 of Sam Kitzmiller. Kitzmiller, remember, really ran strong in his qualifying heat right now, right on the front end of this one. Mars in the number 2 spot, the 27 of Donnie Hartman in 3rd, 21M Gene Johnson in 4th. Then it'll be the 41 of Mike Smith in 5th. 37 of Eddie Brown in 6th, and the 55 of Mike Runt in 7th. Witzel right now up to the number 8 spot, as the 88 of Sam Kitzmiller is running away with it. Okay, 88 is Sam Kitzmiller, about 10 car lengths on the 9 of Tim Myers. Hartman still holds on to 3rd at 21M and Gene Johnson in 4th. 37 of Eddie Brown now starts to put a move on the 41 of Mike Smith for that number 5 spot. The 88 of Sam Kitzmiller, by far his best running night at the Platte Valley Speedway ever. Right now gets set to lap the field. Kitzmiller in the fog at Platte Valley, down the backstretch, into turn 3, off 4. Gets set to go by the 50B of Merritt Bird. He's lapped the field here. He's right now starting to come up to lap traffic. Halfway flag. Okay, the 9 of Tim Myers still holds down the number 2 spot. The 21M of Gene Johnson in 3rd. Brown has moved up to the number 4 spot. Then it'll be Hartman in 5th, and the 55 of Mike Runt in 6th. Witzel and Smith battle for 6th, 7th, and 8th. As Kitzmiller gets slowed a little bit by the 91 of Mark Hendershot. This gives Myers a little bit of room to catch up. I'm sure Kitzmiller doesn't realize how close the 9 of Tim Myers is. The fog now starts to lift. These cars get the fog whipped up out of the track here. Now Myers up within about 2 car lengths of the 88 of Kitzmiller. Kitzmiller's going to have to get moving. He can't coast on his laurels here as he goes out of turn number 2. He's got to get around the 91 of Mark Hendershot down in turn 3. Myers stays up high. He'll come low now off turn 4 and comes to the inside of Kitzmiller. But Kitzmiller battles back out of turn number 1, and now they rub wheels out of turn 2. This lets the 21M and Gene Johnson up into the turn number 3. And the 21M and Gene Johnson will get the lead with 2 laps to go. Myers pitches it back in, and this time Johnson cuts it low. 21M and Gene Johnson sets it up off turn number 4 for the white. Myers still sticking in the number 2 spot. Rumpf has moved up to 3rd. The 37 of Eddie Brown in 4th. Here he comes. 21M. Gene Johnson off turn number 4 for the win. Lap to lap for the micro sprinters at the Platte Valley Speedway, July 20th, 1990, as the 21M of Gene Johnson pulls off his first feature victory at the Platte Valley Speedway in the 19th.
Ladies and gentlemen, as he makes his way out around the backside of the car, how about a nice big round of applause for car number 21M, Gene Johnson. Congratulations on your feature win this evening, and I'll tell you
Yeah, that's what this car is worth. I'm thinking about a 1985 model gets this tuned up. I think too bad.
No, I guess it isn't too off bad. It is good to see that the car was working real good for you. But you gave us quite a thrill whenever there were 4 of you dicing for the lead there, and all of a sudden there was a 21 headlight you shot.
Yeah, that's the way it works out.
Gee, again, congratulations to you. And I'm sure we have a couple of sponsors we'd like to thank this time.
Chuck here, the car owner here, and I work on it, and he pays me to work on it.
Okay, Chuck, would you come up here a minute, please? Congratulations on your feature win.
Thank you.
And you may as well step right up front here so we can into our festivities a little bit more. We have from Pepsi Cola, please. Tiny, if you would.
They got to put it on ice first.
Okay, fine. Brandon, please. And now, Mid-South Valley Speedway. For your feature win this evening, again, is Interstate 4 July Point Shootout Run. Mr. Gene Johnson.
Track is really going to stay tacky here tonight, as we get set here for qualifying heat number 1 in the micro sprint division. Now inside on the pole will be the 18er, Rich Gilmore. Gilmore back at the track this weekend. He's done nothing at Path Valley this year, so setting right now in the number 1 position in qualifying heat number 2. In the second starting position, the Denny Robinson lookalike, the 32A of Gary Livingston. The 76S of Tim Wagner sets the number 3 spot. Outside Wagner will be the 17B of Brian Boyer. Okay, the double O of Gary McGee has scratched from the event. Outside now in the 5th starting position will be the 17 of Diane Tobias. Of course, Tobias, a 3-time feature winner here at Path Valley this year in the micro sprint division. Okay, setting outside Tobias in the 6th starting position will be the 30 of Mark Swalner. In the 7th starting position will be the 6th of Jimmy Brookins. Outside Jim will be the 11 of Dave Grove. So we have a few cars not making the field. 24 of Bill Shibley, the 9 of Tim Myers. I don't know why Myers isn't out on the track. Now Shibley comes on the track in the number 24 car. Also the 53 of Skip Diane, not out here. So that'll be the only car, I guess, that didn't show up for qualifying heat number 1. Tough break. You'll have to run to Conti if he's going to run the A-main here tonight at all. At the Path Valley Speedway, as Rosie's Racing Videos get set to bring you the finest micro sprint racing from the clay at the Path Valley Oval in Spring Run, Pennsylvania. We'll be back off turn number 4 for Green Flag Racing in just a bit. Okay, flagman Pat Snyder has signaled to Rich Gilmore in the 32A of Gary Livingston. 1 lap to go as we get set to go here in micro sprint qualifying heat number 1. Okay, down the front chute, it'll be 3 abreast as the 17B of Brian Boyer scoots into the lead out of turn number 2. Tobias up on the inside, running right now in the number 4 spot. As they shuffle off turn number 4, it'll be Boyer. Tobias to the inside. Gilmore takes the outside line and Livingston the inside line out of turn 2. So the 32A of Gary Livingston shifts into the number 3 spot as they come off turn 4, 2 laps in. Now it'll be the 17th battling. Tobias takes the lead out of turn number 2. A 17 of Diane Tobias. Whoa, and the 6 of Brookins gets up on the wheel. Gary Livingston, as he's off the pace, and the yellow's going to come out. The 18 of Rich Gilmore heads to the pits. The 32A of Gary Livingston setting down in turn number 4 with a problem. And we're going to go into the caution right away here in qualifying heat number 1. Off turn 4, Tobias on the throttle, down the front chute. The 11 of Dave Grove has started back there in the tail end of the pack now, has moved up to second. Tim Wagner runs the number 3 spot, and Brookins closing in on 4th, has 4th off turn 4, closing in on those 2, 1 and 2. So the 6 of Jimmy Brookins right now in the number 3 spot, as Tobias continues to light it up down the front stretch. Two laps for the 17 of Diane Tobias, Dan Grove in the number 2 spot, Brookins in 3rd, Wagner in 4th. 17B of Brian Boyer running 5th. Brian run real well in the beginning of this race as Tobias picks up the white. Okay, Tobias looking strong once again off turn number 4 for the checkered. The 17 of Tobias, Grove, and the 6 of Jimmy Brookins, followed by the 76 of Tim Wagner. Okay, qualifying heat number 2, inside the 8 of Danny Jones. Outside Dan will be the B51 of Ray Birch Jr. Row 2 belongs to the 56 of Walter Wall and the 99 of Kenny Shields. In row 3 will be the 14 of Don Ennis. Outside Ennis, the 33 of Gary Stewart. Then it'll be the 3S of Tim Spots, the 34 of Jack Armstrong. Outside Armstrong will be the 19S of Ed Steinley Jr. The 10th starting position goes to the 8W of Ron Wise. And in the 11th starting position, the 4 of Kevin McNew. Green flag off turn 4 in just a bit here from the Bath Valley Speedway in the micro sprint division. Main flagman Pat Snyder once again signals a micro sprint. 1 lap to go here in qualifying heat number 2. Whoa, we got trouble right down here in the front stretch. It's going to be the 10 of Tim Spots. Gets her upside down coming out of that turn number 1. Spots takes a wild ride here right off the bat here in qualifying heat number. Okay, we get set to go. 1 up here, the 8 of Dan Jones, a B51 of Ray Birch Jr. Still inside. In row 2 will be the 56 of Walter Wall and the 99 of Kenny Shields. Okay, Jones off to a good start. McNew jumps from the rear up around. As they come down the front stretch. They're qualifying here. Look out in the 19S of Ed Steinley Jr. into the infield. Steinley's into the infield. He will stop. Whether the caution comes out or not will be up to Snyder, and Snyder keeps the green flag on. Okay, the 8 of Danny Jones, still your leader off turn number 4. The 8 of Dan Jones off the 4th turn down the front stretch here at Bath Valley. Has a good lead on the 14 of Don Enos. Now McNew has moved up to the number 3 spot, runs down the back stretch. Halfway flags come out for the 8 of Dan Jones. And now the yellow come out as the 34 of Armstrong was in and out of the infield, down off turn 3 and 4. Okay, the 8 of Dan Jones out on the front end of this one. McNew still holds on to the number 4 spot down the back stretch. Now the 8W of Ron Wise has moved up to 4th. 56 of Walter Rawl runs the number 5 spot. As we pick up the 14 Linus out of turn number 2. The 4 of Kevin McNew right now running in the number 3 spot. Comes strong off turn number 4 down the front, but the 8 of Dan Jones continues to hold on to the lead. White flag for the 8 of Dan Jones. The 14, McNew still holds on to the number 3 spot. The 8 of Ron Wise in fourth. Checkered for the 8 of Danny Jones. Enos in the number 2 spot. McNew in third. And the 8 of Ron Wise picks off the fourth and final qualifying spot. Hey, in qualifying heat number 3, now out on the track. An old familiar face to the Path Valley Speedway, the 17 of Rick Koenig. Koenig now running with the, I think, the World of Outlaws in the Micro Sprint division. Right now, the 17X car sponsored by the Tide Corporation. So Koenig will be set up here in qualifying heat number 3. Okay, inside will be the 1 of Tom Steinley Jr. $55 of Mike Runk, a 37 of Eddie Brown, 27 of Donnie Hartman, 41 of Mike Smith. Making up some of the field here, the 71 of Bobby Schwartz. Okay, we get set to go here off turn number 4 for Green Flag Racing here in the Micro Sprint division. Okay, flagman Pat Snyder has signaled the field, 1 lap to go as we get set to go here in Micro Sprint qualifying heat number 3. It'll be Steinley and Koenig. Okay, 71 of Bobby Schwartz moves up into the number 3 spot. The 41 of Mike Smith in fourth. We run down the leaders. It'll be the 17X of Rick Koenig coming right at us down the front stretch. 17X car, the 1 of Tom Steinley in the number 2 spot, and the 71 of Bobby Schwartz holds on to third. So Koenig rounds the fourth turn with the lead here, 2 laps in. It'll be Steinley, Schwartz, and the 41 of Mike Smith. Halfway for the 17X. Okay, Schwartz starts to work hard on the 1 of Steinley down the back chute. Whoa, and 17 of Koenig loses the handle up there in turn number 3. Running out there in the lead, got up into the loose stuff right there in turn number 3. Either that or got a flat and loses the handle. We'll be back off turn number 4 for more Micro Sprint racing from the Path Valley Speedway. Going to lose the 17X of Rick Koenig. This will put the 1 of Tom Steinley Jr. out on the pole with 71 of Bobby Schwartz in the number 2 spot. Then it'll be Smith in third. Okay, Schwartz right out around your leaders. The 1 of Steinley has problems down here in the front stretch. And going to bring out another caution is the 1 of Tom Steinley Jr. loses everything. Has to head for the pits. It'll be the 71 of Bobby Schwartz out on the front end of this one. Smith in the number 2 spot. 55 of Mike Runk to the inside out of turn number 2. Runke holds onto that line out of the number 2 turn and holds on to the number 4 spot. 37 of Fast Eddie Brown in 5th. It'll be Schwartz, Smith. Two laps for the 71 of Bobby Schwartz. Now Runk moves up to the number 3 spot on the move out of turn number 2. 55 of Mike Runk. Okay, setting it up off turn number 4. It'll be, or no, not on the restart. In qualifying heat number 4, it'll be the 24 of Bill Shipley, the 88 of Sam Kitzmiller, The 91 of Hendershot. The 3 of Wilson, and Bird off turn number 4, tries for the jump, and Hendershot to the inside. The 91 of Mark Hendershot right off the bat jumps into the lead down off turn number 4. Okay, Marshall Witzel Jr. up into the number 2 slot as the action continues to be fierce on the back end of the pack. Down off turn number 4. It'll be Hendershot. Witzel right tight up on the back end, and it takes him high into turn number 3. The 5 of Marshall Witzel Jr. Off turn 4 and down the front. Witzel on the high groove. Will take the 91 of Mark Hendershot. Right out of turn number 2, he slips it back up high into turn 3. Off 4, halfway on the field, it'll be Witzel, Hendershot, Kitzmiller. And right now, the 3 of Wilson holds on to the 4th and final qualifying spot. Okay, Simmons and the 21 helmet, Gene Johnson continue to battle. And this time, Simmons comes to the inside. 2 laps to go for the 5 of Marshall Witzel Jr. The 91 of Mark Hendershot holds on to the number 2 spot. White flag for the 5 of Witzel. The 91 of Mark Hendershot in the number 2 spot. The 88 of Sam Kitzmiller holds on to 3rd, and Wilson will get the number 4 spot to qualify for the night train main. We'll be back in just a bit for qualifying heat number 5 in the micro sprint division. Okay, so the 5 of Marshall Witzel Jr., last week's feature winner here, during the rain out. Winner here in the last qualifying heat number 4. As we get set to go here in qualifying heat number 5, it'll be the 60B of Stan Burge out there on the outside. Ehrenzeller jumped up quickly. I don't think he jumped, so Snyder's going to put him under the green. And now back under the yellow. Okay, Snyder once again signals the field as we look at the 60B of Stan Burge coming off turn number 4. We'll be looking for the green. The 58 of Jimmy Young sets back there in the number 2 spot. The 32 of Denny Robinson in 5th. The 12 of P.H. Reisner out there. As we get set to go, it looks like we got a clean start off turn number 4. Okay, we straighten things out down the backstretch. We pick them up. Off turn 4, it'll be the 117X as we look at Burge and Young. Go out of turn number 2, the 58. Jimmy Young right now on the number 2 spot. The 60B of Stan Burge holds on to 3rd. Okay, the 74, I don't know if that's Randy Kaler or not, right on the tail end of this one. Okay, clear out on the front end, 117X. Hooks it up out of turn number 2. The 58 of Jimmy Young holds on to the number 2 spot. Ehrenzeller in 3rd, Burge in 4th to qualify. Two laps for the 117X. Jimmy Young in the number 2 spot. Ehrenzeller in 3rd, and here comes the battle for 4th. as the 7 of France gets by into the number 4 spot. White flag for the 117, and we're going to bring out the caution as the 07 stops up here out of turn number 1 onto the yellow. Okay, so we'll be back off turn number 4 for more green flag racing as we pick up the micro sprint division here at the Bath Valley Speedway, July 6, 1990. Okay, under the green, here we go. It'll be the 10 of Sauber to lose the handle down there in turn number 4. It'll bring out the caution. Okay, 1 to go, 1 lap to go. Ehrenzeller now moves up to the number 2 spot ahead of 58 of Jimmy Young. White flag for the 117X. Okay, the wind's going to go to the 117X, so 58 of Jimmy Young. We'll get the number 3 spot, Ehrenzeller in 4th, and that'll do it for the qualifying heats in the micro sprint division. Micro sprint Consi number 1. We've got 39 cars here tonight running 2 Consis. A lot of micros on hand. Inside on the pole will be the 17B of Brian Boyer. 37 of Eddie Brown outside. Real bad alignment going down the backstretch on this start. I'll be lucky if we get a green flag, but Snyder whips the green and we're underway. Okay, out on the front end of this one, it'll be the 37 of Eddie Brown Boyer and the 26S of Wayne Simmons. Brown, Boyer, Simmons, and now the 30 of Mark Warner moves into the number 4 spot. Only 3 will qualify as we shuffle them around down the backstretch. Now the 26S of Wayne Simmons by the 17. And looks like the double O of Gary McGree will bring out the caution down in turn 3. On the front end of this one, the 37 of Eddie Brown. Okay, the 37 of Eddie Brown out on the front end of this one. Simmons, Boyer, Drush, and Swanger. As we go green, we're underway once again down the front. Okay, Eddie Brown adjusted that wing a little bit there under the caution. Right now it's flying down the front. So that's 26S of Wayne Simmons in second. 17B of Brian Boyer in third. Brown, Simmons, Boyer. And now the 11W of Larry Windley. Larry Windley and Ed Stomley battle right now for the number 4 spot. Of course, 3 to qualify, so right now the 17B of Brian Boyer has that qualifying spot. 37 of Eddie Brown looking real strong as he comes off turn 4 for the halfway flag. Simmons running strong in the number 2 spot. Haven't heard much from the 26S of Wayne Simmons, but right now looking real strong as he sets her up off turn number 4. Now Stomley up to battle the 17. Brian Boyer, so the 19S of Ed Stomley Jr. has moved into third. Eddie Brown continues to light it up. Simmons past the lap car out of turn number 2. Whoa, we got trouble down on the front stretch. 3 cars involved there. The 30 of Mark Swanger hooks up. And the 2 7 cars, the 7 of Donnie Quigg and the 7C of Jason French. We'll be back off turn number 4 for more green flag racing here in Concy number 1 in a micro sprint division. Eddie Brown started on the front end of this one. 26S of Wayne Simmons looking strong. Of course, the 19S of Ed Stomley Jr. has moved up through the pack. Right now holds that third and final qualifying spot. Okay, the 37 of Eddie Brown off turn number 4. And now Brown off the pace in the 26S of Wayne Simmons blows by. The 19 of Ed Stomley Jr. in the number 2 spot. The 17 of Brian Boyer now in third. And now the 1 of Tom Stomley comes inside Boyer and gets the number 3 spot with 2 laps to go. So a big shift in the field here as the 37 of Eddie Brown loses power. The 26S of Wayne Simmons coming on at the last for a white flag, and now the yellow's coming out. It looks like the 17 of Brian Boyer is stopped up in turn number 3. Okay, Simmons, Steinley, and Winley. That's Larry Winley in the number 4 spot right now, so he's gonna have to move up 1 position. Now the 74 of Randy Kaler has moved up to 5th. White flag for the 26S of Wayne Simmons. Off turn 4 for the checkered. Oh, the yellow. Oh my, the yellow comes out as Simmons comes across the line of B51. Out on the track down in turn 2. Simmons is going to have to run 1 more lap here. It's got to be a long Concy here. A lot of laps being ran. And now we go into the green. Simmons, Steinley. 74 Randy Keller on the move. Got to get by the 1 of Steinley down the backstretch. Now off turn number 4 for the checkers. Simmons, Steinley, and Steinley. For 2, micro sprint division, the 24 of Bill Shibley, the 33 of Jerry Stewart, the 27 of Donnie Hartman outside, row 2, the 24 of Don Whitman, 24W, 21M of Gene Johnson, 34 of Jack Armstrong, Denny Robinson, and Jeff Harney. Okay, and the yellow will come out as a 17X of Rick Koenig flips it into turn number 4. Up over here looks like a 50B of Merritt Bird, Jeff Harney, 34 of Jack Armstrong as they come around turn 2 there, got into it. So we'll get these straightened out. We'll be back off turn number 4 for micro sprint racing. Okay, on the restart, Shibley and Stewart. Yeah, we got a 53 car flying up around the outside. Definitely a false start. Okay, I guess we're going to let her go as we stay under the green. Okay, the 33 of Jerry Stewart on the front end of this one, the 24 of Bill Shibley in the number 2 spot. And the 27 of Donnie Hartman in third. 17X of Koenig, and now the red's coming out as we got a car up on its roof up here in turn number 4. To the pack. Okay, the 17X of Koenig blistering a pace down the front stretch here as he moves into the number 2 spot. Now hunts down the 33 of Dave Stewart. Koenig to the inside of Stewart up in turn number 3. Off 4, the 17X of Rick Koenig. Halfway for the 17X of Rick Koenig. Yellow's going to come out as the 10 of Seibert slows up in turn number 3. Okay, 4 laps to go for the 17X of Rick Koenig. And now Koenig back off the pace, and the 33 of Stewart is fast. But Koenig losing power down on the backstretch. The 27 of Donnie Hartman into the number 2 spot. 77 of Jeff Harney has moved up to 3rd. Two laps for the 33 of Stewart. That's Jerry Stewart. And now the yellow come out as the 24 car stops down on the front stretch. Qualify, the 37, the 33 of Jerry Stewart, the 27 of Donnie Hartman, the 10, Dick Seibert right now in the number 3 spot. White flag for the 33 of Jerry Stewart. Off turn 4, finally for the checker, the 33 of Jerry Stewart, 27 of Donnie Hartman. Okay, we get set to go here tonight, A main in the micro sprint division. It'll be the 44 of Steve Ehrenzeller inside on the pole, outside it'll be the 58 of Jimmy Young. In row 2 will be the 91 of Mark Hendershot and the 71 of Bobby Schwartz. Row 3 will be the 6 of Jimmy Brookins and the 17 of Diane Tobias. The 4 of Kevin McNew and the 5 of Marshall Witzel Jr., the 55 of Mike Runk and the 3 of Wilson. The 55 of Mike Runk, the 8 of Dan Jones, the 117 of Brett Schoenle, the 14E of Don Ennis, the 8W of Ron Wise, okay, as the rest of the field comes through, okay, Ehrenzeller and the 58 of Jammin' Jimmy Young out on the front end of this one. 26 car ready to roll off turn number 4. And we got trouble with, it looks like the 41 of Mike Smith. And the 56, no, the 14 of Don Ennis will put us under the caution. To restart, it'll still be Ehrenzeller in the number 44 car. Outside, the 58 of Jimmy Young. The 91 of Mark Hendershot. The 71 of Bobby Schwartz. The 6 of Jimmy Brookins. And the 17 of Diane Tobias. Kevin McNew and the 5 of Marshall Witzel Jr. Off turn 4, we go green once again. Okay, the 44 of Steve Ehrenzeller down off turn number 4 with the lead. 58 of Jimmy Young holding on to the number 2 spot. 4 abreast out of turn number 2. It was Brookins, McNew, Marshall Witzel Jr. and Dan Jones. Okay, the 71 of Bobby Schwartz is going to come to a stop right down here at the entrance to the pit. Will put us under the caution. We're going to try to get this thing underway once again here. We've got a lot of problems here getting these guys lined up. The 44 of Steve Ehrenzeller on the front end. The 58 of Jimmy Young. 17 of Diane Tobias. The 91 of Mark Hendershot. And the green light comes on. Brookins bobbles on the start. The 4 Kevin McNew flies off turn number 4. Okay, out of turn number 4, shuffling and jamming down the front stretch. The 17 of Diane Tobias has moved into the number 2 spot. 91 of Mark Hendershot running strong with the 58 of Jimmy Young. Right now, 3rd and 4th, Ehrenzeller, Tobias, Hendershot, and McNew, Young, and the 5 of Marshall Witzel Jr., the 8 of Danny Jones. Ehrenzeller holding on to this one away from Tobias as they come down the front chute. Got about a 2-car length lead and a 4 Kevin McNew blows by the 91 of Mark Hendershot in turn 3. Okay, we sort this one out. It's going to be the 44 of Steve Ehrenzeller, the 17 of Diane Tobias on the inside of Ernziller. Through turns 1 and 2. Ernziller stays high, Tobias goes low, and Tobias will get the lead. Now the 4 of Kevin McNew has moved up into the number 3 spot. The 5 of Marshall Witzel Jr. is right now running 4th. Got a real rough spot out there on turn number 2. Tobias just hit that as she come off that turn. We'll see if she takes that groove once again and avoid that bump. Tobias has problems in the rear end of that car. It's not a bumper. Sparks flying off the rear end of Tobias' car in that number 2 turn. We'll watch it again as the 5 of Marshall Witzel Jr. has moved into the number 2 spot. And there's the sparks show again as Witzel has moved up to 2nd. Now the 8 of Danny Jones into the number 3 spot. Jones running 3rd ahead of the 4 of Kevin McNew. Halfway flags have come out for the 17 of Diane Tobias. This track is really getting black out there. Tobias, the 5 of Marshall Witzel Jr. The 8 of Danny Jones, the 4 of Kevin McNew. Now Witzel starts to work on the 17 of Diane Tobias, trying to come to the inside. Tobias closes the door and hangs on. This time she gets a little high out of turn 2, but the wheel speed carries her through the turn ahead of Witzel. Witzel once again tries the low groove. The 8 of Dan Jones holding on to a good strong 3rd. The 4 of Kevin McNew in 4th. Now Tobias will start in the lap traffic as the 5 of Marshall Witzel Jr. goes up high. Now the 8 of Danny Jones blows by the 5 of Marshall Witzel Jr. The 8 of Dan Jones. Jones sponsored by Kersey Stein. Down the front stretch in the hunt. The 17 of Diane Tobias out on the front end of this one. Witzel coming back on Jones in turn number 3. 2 laps for the 17 of Diane Tobias. Tobias now 2 lap cars ahead of her. It works well to her benefit as Witzel and Jones will have to get by those lap cars. 1 lap to go for the 17 of Diane Tobias. They'll never catch her. Now Jones, Tobias loses it down the backstretch and the yellow's going to come out. Oh, Tobias lost the power and Jones blew by, but down in turn 4 it's Steve Ernziller and the 91 of Mark Hendershot. So she won't lose her position, but does she have enough stuff to pull this one off? The engine bobbled out of turn number 2. The 8 of Danny Jones flew by, and just as Jones went by the 17 of Diane Tobias, the yellow come out. Will Tobias have enough to hold off the 8 of Dan Jones? We'll see as flagman Pat Snyder has signaled 1 lap to go. And the green comes out. Tobias off the shot out of turn number 4, but the engine, will it have enough? The 8 of Danny Jones holds off the number 2 spot. The 5 of Marshall Witzel Jr. right up there in the number 2 spot. Witzel off turn 4. Tobias down the front stretch, and she'll do it. The 17 of Diane Tobias, the 8 of Dan Jones in the number 2 spot. And that's going to do it once again for the 17 of Diane Tobias. 4th feature victory at the Path Valley Speedway this year.
Up and out of her car. How about a nice round of applause for Start on the next to the last lap. That's where we want you to start. What happened?
I hit a hole here and my car jumped out of gear. And just thank God, whoever spun out there, I thank you. You saved my life.
Well, Diane, I'll tell you, you had quite a battle going on right behind you. Marshall Witzel Jr., number 5, and Danny Jones, they were right there. But, you know, whenever they took a shot at you there, it just seemed like you just gathered a little more power out of the car. on the back straightaway, and you started running away from him.
Yeah, I kept hitting these holes over here, and I just about spun out a couple times. So I just tried to go as fast as I could to keep ahead, but yet slow enough not to get bounced around. And I knew for about 5 laps I saw somebody aside of me, so then I get going a little faster.
Well, Diane, I tell you, it's real interesting seeing you here in the victory circle again. And if I counted, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 out of 5, or 5 out of 6, somewhere close.
I think it's 4 out of 6.
4 out of 6. Okay, I think you're right. But Diane, again, congratulations on your feature win this evening. Can't take it away from you. It was a driver's race tonight.
Thanks a lot.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, a nice big round of applause for car number 17, Diane Tobias. Now, Diane, we of course want to bring your trophy in Pass Valley Speedway.
Thank you.
On the front it says Micro Sprint Feature Winner July 1990. You heard this one, you heard the last one with the engine hanging off. Again, ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for car number 17, Diane Tobias.
Okay, first I'll thank my pit crew, Dick, Ronnie, and Adams over there. Grandview Speedway, Big Diamond, Wes Hastings, who does my motives, Warrior Signs, and R&B Auto Sales and Ready. And thanks to all my fans for cheering me on. It helps.
At the Pass Valley Speedway, once again, July 20th, 1990, as we get off with a real late start here this evening. We had heavy thunder showers earlier in the day. Also, about 6:30 this evening, we had a heavy thunder shower here at the racetrack. But with the cooperation of some of the cars in the pits, we were able to get the track run in, and we're now getting set to get underway with qualifying heat number 1 in the Micro Sprint division. Inside will be the 88 of Sam Kitzmiller. Of course, Kitzmiller out of Chambersburg. In the number 2 starting position will be the 99 of Carl Strouser. So Strouser back to the track this year, last year's points champion. And 99 of Kenny Shields' machine tonight. Okay. In the 3rd starting position will be the 41 of Mike Smith. Outside Mike will be the 54 of Lee Kitzmiller. In the 5th starting position will be the B51 of Ray Bird. 6th starting position goes to the 55 of Mike Runk. 7th starting position will be the 3 of Bob Wilson. Outside Wilson in the 8th starting position will be the 5 of Marshall Witzel Jr. In 9th will be the 8 of Barry Detmer. I think Detmer just headed to the pit area. Okay, it'll be the 24 of Bill Shipley and the 71 of Bobby Schwartz. So qualifying heat number 1 is on the track. Flagman Pat Snyder has signaled 1 lap to go, and we'll be underway here in qualifying heat number 1. Okay, let's watch the 99 of Carl Strouser outside there in the number 99 machine. See if he's lost his touch or not as he gets set up outside in turn number 3. All right, we're underway down the front stretch. It'll be the 88 of Sammy Kitzmiller to the lead. Smith in the number 2 spot. Then it'll be Runk and the 99 of Carl Strouser as Runk pulls into 3rd. Strouser settles for 4th. Wilson in 5th. Witzel in 6th, Schwartz in 7th, and the B51 of Rayburg Jr. takes a wild ride out of turn number 1 in 8th. Off turn 4, the 88 of Sam Kitzmiller. Smith holds on to the number 2 spot, then it'll be Runk, the 99 of Carl Strouser, and now the 5 of Marshall Witzel Jr. moves into the number 5 spot. Okay, halfway for the 88 of Sam Kitzmiller. Definitely the best run here at the Pass Valley Speedway we've seen Kitzmiller make in even a qualifying heat. Now Runk up to battle the 41 of Mike Smith through turn 3. Smith to the outside, Runk to the inside, off turn 4. 41 of Mike Smith just drives right around him. Okay, the 99 of Carl Strauser right now holding on to that number 4 spot. Started second, slid back to 4th as the 2-lap flags come out for the 88 of Sam Kitzmiller. Kitzmiller now setting up off turn 3 into turn 4, down the front stretch for the white. The 88 of Sam Kitzmiller. Ruck now has moved up to the number 2 spot. Strauser's off the pace down in turn number 4, and the checker will come out for the 88 of Sam Kitzmiller. Okay, Runk gets the number 2 spot. Witzel comes on to get 3rd, and Smith gets 4th. And a 71 of Bobby Schwartz in the number 5 spot. That'll do it for qualifying heat number 1 as the win goes to the 88 of Sam Kitzmiller. Heat number 2 in a micro sprint. The 21 Emma, Gene Johnson inside, outside. The 27 of Donnie Hartman. Row 2 belongs to the 32 of Danny Robinson, 19S of Ed Steinley Jr. Then it'll be the 18 of Rich Gilmore. Outside Gilmore will be the 56 of Walter Wall. Eddie Brown, Peters in the number 6 starting position. Tobias and Brookins. 26S of Wayne Simmons. And the 8 of Mike Beskov. Okay, 1 lap in. It's going to be the 21M of Gene Johnson. Okay, Johnson. Hartman still holds on to second. Now the battle starts between Robinson and the 37 of Eddie Brown for the number 3 spot. Brown wins out of turn number 2. So the Snyder's Exxon machine pulls into the number 3 spot. Robinson runs 4th, Brookins in 5th, and the 26 Hester Simmons in 5th. The 17 of Diane Tobias in 6th. 6 will qualify right now. Tobias holds that position. 21 Emma, Gene Johnson looks at the 2-lap flag. Hartman in the number 2 spot. White flag, let's run them down. We got the 21 Emma, Gene Johnson, 37 of Eddie Brown coming on strong here at the last. Hartman holds on to 3rd, Robinson in 4th, Brookins in 5th, and Simmons in 6th. And the 21 Emma, Gene Johnson pulls the checkered at the line. Brown in the number 2 spot. Then it'll be Hartman, Robinson, Brookins, and the 26S of Wayne Simmons. So Diane Tobias does not qualify in qualifying heat number 2. Okay, qualifying heat number 3 puts the 9 of Tim Mars inside, outside. The 50B of Merritt Bird. Row 2 belongs to the 22. David Sox, outside Sox will be the 60B of Stanberg. Row 3 will be the 7 of Don Twig, the 97 of Kathy Kurtz. 7th starting position goes to the 4 Kevin McNew outside, the 00 of Gary McGee. Then it'll be Mark Hahn. In the number 14 of 44 of Steve Ehrenzeller, and the 93 of Dave Thrush, and the 58 of Jimmy Young. Completes the field. With 1 lap in, it'll be the 50B of Merritt Bird. Out on the front end of this one, the 9 of Tim Myers holds on to the number 2 spot. In 3rd runs the 60B of Stanberg. Myers to the inside of Bird out of turn number 2. Bird's in the number 3 spot. The 97 of Kathy Kurtz runs 4th. Then it'll be the 93 of Thrush. McNew almost gets in. So the 7 of Don Twig. Okay, it's going to be the 9 of Tim Myers on the front end of this one. Stanberg holding on to the number 2 spot. The 97 of Kathy Kurtz in 3rd. Kurtz tries to come to the inside of Bird down in turn number 1. Birch closes the door, and out of turn number 4, Merritt Birch pulled into the number 4 spot. Twig runs 5th, and Thrush in 6th. 2 laps for the 9 of Tim Myers. Myers sponsored by Keystone Auto Auction. The 60B of Stan Bird in the number 2 spot with a white flag coming out. The 97 of Kathy Kurtz tries to move to the inside of Bird, but he holds on. Down off turn number 4. Kurtz trying hard on Birds again. Myers going to pick up the win at the line. It'll be Birds pinching the line. Kurtz in the number 3 spot. The 7 of Don Twig in 4th, and it'll be the 93 of Dave Thrush and of 50B of Merritt Birds in the number 6 spot. Well, that'll do it for qualifying heats in the micro sprint division. We'll be back for the Concy in tonight's A-Main here July 20th, 1990, as Rosie's Racing Videos brings you the finest video action from the Dyer and Tobias, Steve Ernzeller, and the 99 of Carl Strauser, the 19S of Ed Steinley Jr., the 4 of Kevin Minou in the number 6 spot. Okay, Steinley diving down the backstretch through turns 3 and 4. Tobias with the lead. The 99 of Carl Strauser in the number 2 spot. The 19S of Ed Steinley in 3rd. Now Ernzeller up to the number 4 spot by the B51 of Ray Bird Jr. Tobias, Strauser, Steinley, Ernzeller, and the yellow comes out. As we got a car turned up in turn number 3 around. Looks like the number 8 car. So that'll put us under the caution here in micro sprint B main with the 17 of Diane Tobias on the front end of this one. Tobias, Strauser, Steinley, Ernzeller, Bird, Young. Okay, Ernzeller coming on here. Steinley has moved up to the number 2 spot. Ernzeller now by the 99 of Carl Strauser to get the number 3 position. Young is moving up into the number 5 spot. Bird still holding on to that qualifying position right there in the number 6 spot. Mark Hendershot right there in the battle for the number 6 spot. Gets into Bird, sends the number 14 car up high, and everybody's okay. Now Tobias off turn number 4 for the halfway flag. Steinley still holds on to 2nd. Ernzeller running strong in 3rd. Strauser in 5th. 4th. And the yellow comes out as McGee blows up in turn number 3. Tobias did not qualify in tonight's heat, so right now she's leading the Concy. Diane Tobias on the front end of this one. Ernzeller's running real strong. He's moved up to the number 3 spot right now behind the 19S of Ed Steinley Jr. Now watch Ernzeller down in turn number 3. See if he gains any more ground. Off turn 4, Tobias, Steinley, Ernzeller, Strauser. 58 is Jimmy Young, moved up to the number 5 spot. Right now, Hendershot running in 6th. The 91 of Mark Hendershot with a shot at qualifying goes by the 99 of Carl Strauser, who's losing power down the front stretch. Okay, let's run down the field once again. Coming off turn 4, the 17 of Diane Tobias. Steinley in the number 2 spot. Ernzeller in 3rd. 4th will be the 58 of Jimmy Young, Hendershot. And the 14 car of Mike Hahn in 6th. 2 laps for the 17 of Diane Tobias. White flag for Tobias. Off turn number 4 for the checker, the 17 of Diane Tobias. Diamond will get the number 2 spot. Ehrenzeller in third. Then it'll be Young Hendershot in the number 5 spot.